Well, welcome back into the studio for another holiday assortment. This time, I am doing a collaboration with Kristin van Valkenburgh, and we are doing gifts for the artist. So I'm making her something, and she's making me something. Neither one of us knows until today when the video goes up. So I'll get to see what she's done and she'll get to see what I've done. Now, when I'm doing gifts for people, I think it's important to think about what that person enjoys, what they prefer to do, what their favorite colors are, or, those kinds of things, especially when I'm making a gift for somebody. And Kristin's really easy because she is definitely a glittery kind of gal, and she likes bright colors and things that flow. She's just definitely got her own unique style. And so I wanted it to still be something me, but I still wanted it to be something she would like. So with that, I decided to start making some art rolls. So I have on my table my trusty receipts, and that's where we're going to get started. So now, as you've seen, I have adhered all my receipts to the ends of the next receipt, and I did that using some Liquitex matte fluid medium. Some of them aren't well adhered, but I know that I'll be adding a lot, so they will be just fine. And now I have long lengths of receipts. Probably the longest art roll I've ever done. So now I need to start laying down my layers onto the art rolls. And what I'm showing you here is all the items, the different kinds of things that I'm going to start with on my base. So there is some TCW Gold Gesso. I have some Marabu Mousse. I have some just regular white gesso, which is what I'm starting with right now. I have some gel bead medium. So lots of different types of textural type mediums I'm going to start layering down first. With the art rolls, it's really about the layering. So you're gonna see here, I have this scrap tape sitting on the side, which I love to use. So I am going in with some gel medium and getting some of those adhered down as I go along with my layers. So now I'm going in with my Marabu Acrylic Mousse in Mistletoe. And I love this stuff. It's kind of like a softer version of sand paste. It's really soft, but it still has that kind of similar texture. I really like it. It's very, I keep wanting to go to soft, so it's a very soft medium. And I like it how it grabs color And I tried it on an art roll quite a while ago and loved it, and so here it is again. And you may have really noticed that I have been concentrating on getting these mediums applied more on the points at which I connected my receipts. That's just to give it a little bit more stability, but I also try and create a little pattern with how I'm applying each type of substance to the rolls. Here's what my studio looks like when I'm doing art rolls and drying them. So now I'm going to start adding my glass bead medium. Now you'll notice this is homemade, so I am going to leave a link above with a video I did on making the glass bead medium, if you're interested in that. Now something I need to note is that in between each layer, I am letting this dry because I have to let it dry naturally, because adding a heat gun to it, because it's thermal paper, will turn it dark. Alright, and it is now time to start cutting up some decoupage elements to add to this art roll. And I haven't used this before, but I thought it might be fun, especially because Kristin really enjoys glittery things. So I have some of this silver tulle, and I'm just cutting it up into small pieces that I can then turn around and decoupage onto the rolls with.
Now it's time for Christmas, and Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true. That's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls. I've been kind to big and small, and now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling when it's time for Christmas. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it.
As always, just a reminder to let you know that down below in the description box are links to all the products I used. Now, the listed links are to my Etsy store or an affiliate link, but I only use links to products that I have used, tested, or prefer to use. I may have received a small compensation, but there is never any additional cost to you for using the links. Using these links just helps me put supplies on my art table and keep my channel content coming to you. So I really appreciate it when you use those if you're wanting to purchase.
From the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind.
And you're going to see here, I've got lots of different types of, I have some tissue, I have some deli paper, I have scraps left over from other things, some under paper that I've torn up, and I'm going to just get all that decoupage down on here. It's quite a long roll, so I'm trying to spread things out a little bit because I know I'm going to be coming in with some sprays next. Now I've chosen to go in with primarily just the Marabu art sprays because these are light fast. They are not water soluble. Once they dry, They're there. They're not going to move on you. And I didn't know if Kristin was going to want to use this art roll. She wouldn't know that, so she may be surprised by that. So I just wanted to go ahead and be safe and use just the secure spray. So primarily, I think I do also use a delusion spray, which does move, but it's in the white, and you'll see that coming up here. So I really stuck to Marabu art sprays.
Did you hear something from the chimney? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Oh.
So when I'm working these, I am doing a section, moving it across my table, and then I'm pinning it up with a clothespin on the side, similar to what you saw in the image I put up before. It's quite the feat, especially when you have a roll as long as this one was. Now I'm getting ready to go in with some gelatos, but I thought I would show you this roll, how I keep it once it's dry to the side of me before working on whatever the next thing I'm going to be adding to it. So I've already done my sprays, and now I'm going to go in with some gelatos. So I put the gelatos on the full roll, both sides, and now I'm going to go in with some color shift paint, as well as doing some decoupage of this tissue paper that did have some metallic to it. I didn't want to put it down below underneath the sprays or the colors because I really wanted that to pop through. So I'm going to be doing both of these at the same time. I have to say that doing these eye rolls is so therapeutic. It's just like you don't think, you just apply. And before too long, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been standing at my art table for hours. Of course, there's the down times when you have stuff drying, but really, this is just the beginning of this project because now we get to work on the fun stuff for Kristin. So when I was at Hobby Lobby, I found this box, and it made me think it was a perfect size to display tags in it. So what I decided to create was a display box for all her tags, whether they are ready to be used or not be used, whatever she chooses. So that's where I decided to start. So I started with taking off the metal piece on the front, and then getting into some decoupage of some art roll on the outside.
I guess that spring and summer, they're all fine. But I've been waiting for the season that's mine. So let it come, yeah, let it come.
So I've gone around my box with this first layer, but there's still a section of it that is missing some of the art roll. So I do cut a piece of art roll in half and go around that small piece at the top and get that covered, as well as covering the edges of what was once the lid and has now become the bottom, which I am now at the point where I'm going to apply the feet to the bottom of the box.
And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true. That's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls. I've been kind to big and small. And now it's time to have a merry holiday.
I also went through and put a layer of gesso on the inside of the box, and now I'm just getting that dried up so that I can work on that lip, the top lip of the container. So to finish that edge, I am going to use this shimmer tape. This is gold shimmer tape, and it's pretty thick. It does have a plastic backing to it. It does have sticky to it, and it sticks pretty good for the most part. So I'm getting that. I'm just kind of folding it down and then putting it over that top lip edge.
For Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing.
So on a few corners, I did have to use some of that E6000 on the tape around the edge, but for the most part, it held pretty well. I did use some clothespins to hold it in place while that glue dried. So now this is getting fun because it's all coming together, but now it's time to get what once was the lid attached to the bottom of the box.
I knew this Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
All right, so now I have to decide. I did a prior K, but I decided to redo it, and so then I had to make a decision of which one I wanted to use. But I'm decorating a cake. Can you guess what the K is for? Kristin. Yep, now we're doing all the real subtle, not so subtle, embellishments to the sides of the container.
All right,
So these are the two Ks that I created. So I have to choose one, and I'm going to put it on to this acrylic tag, which I thought was really cool. And I also typed onto some art roll an apostrophe S and the word tags to give the front of this container a title. So they're Kristin's tags or K's tags. And so I'm just going to get that all applied, adhered, and onto the front.
moving nimbly. Did you hear something from the chimney? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Oh, whatever we do, it will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas, I only wanna be close to you.
So now that the letter and on the acrylic tag has finished drying, I am going to actually apply some foam tape to the back side behind the K and the little piece of paper that's on there, and popping it up off of the front of the container. So this Tacky When Dry product by TCW is pretty awesome. So you apply it to the areas that you want it to be sticky, and then you dry it with a heat tool, and it's left being sticky. So then I go in with some gold foil and do a little gold foiling on the sides of this container.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the
So I've taken a old-fashioned clothespin and I've covered it in the Gold Gesso by TCW and let it dry, and now I'm going to use it for the spool center of the rest of the art roll, which I'm going to include in the box for Kristin as part of her gift. I've also included some white tags with a gold center around the hole and some craft tags, and now I'm putting together a little mini goodie bag of some of the items I didn't use or I had extras of that I thought she would like to use.
wanna be close to you.
Please take the time to like this video if you do, and subscribe if you haven't.